Hi guys, I'm HD, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do the main Easter egg on the Eisendrache solo. As you already know, the Easter egg is achievable solo, and in this I will show you step by step how to complete it with some tips and tricks. By all means, this Easter egg is not easy, but hopefully after watching this video it'll be a lot simpler for you, and hopefully you'll be able to get the achievement. And if it was helpful, I would appreciate a like and also a subscription if you have not already. So in order to complete this Easter egg, you are going to need the following items which are essential to completing this Easter egg. You will need an upgraded bow and the Ragnarok DG4. The following items are not essential but will make your life a lot easier, so I would highly recommend them. You will need the upgraded lightning bow. An upgraded shotgun is your choice whether you want it repacked or not. You also need monkeys and the plunger and the zombie shield. The gobblegums I would recommend is Danger Closest, In Plain Sight, Perkaholic, Aftertaste, or any perk gums, for example, the Unquenchable or On the House, and also Cashback. Now, by all means, this is not an easy Easter egg on your own, so it may take you a couple times. If you can do it first time, that's fantastic, but it took me at least 10 times, and that's excluding the times I would go down during the process of upgrading my bow or feeding the Apothecant Servant. So don't stress out, it may take you a couple times, but you will get there eventually. So without further ado, let's get into the first step of completing the Eisendrache Easter egg. Now for the first step of this Easter egg, you're going to want to obtain the Wrath of the Ancients, which is the bow that you get when you feed the 3 dragons. Now the best thing to do is try and get this bow as early as you can. So what I have done here is I've maximized my points in order to get out of the starting room by round 1. So by this, I'm shooting the zombies in a leg for about 7 to 8 times. I'm also rebuilding the barriers, and I'm going prone by the quick revive machine, which will give you an extra 100 points. Now, don't forget to use the tram as well, because you may get a double point, which is fantastic, and also a max ammo, which is brilliant as well. Insta-kill is not so good, as you're going to want to shoot them to maximize your points. And once you have fed all the 3 dragons, you will now have the Wrath of the Ancients, and the next step is to upgrade the bow to your own preferred bow. But like I said at the beginning, I would recommend a lightning bow, as it is the best bow on there. And once that is upgraded, you can now begin with the next step of the Easter egg. Once you have upgraded the lightning bow, you're then going to want to put that back and go back to your original Wrath of the Ancients bow, as you're going to need this to start this wisp step. So you want to go to the teleporter, and above it you'll have 6 orbs. You're going to have to use your Wrath of the Ancients to shoot all 6 bows until you hear this sound. Once you hear that sound, it means you are ready to begin the next step. Now, I must stress that you must use the Wrath of the Ancients bow for this step, as it will not work with your upgraded bow. And once you hear that sound and ready to begin, you must swap your Wrath of the Ancients bow for your upgraded bow. This is what you need to begin the wisps. Now, there are 8 locations that you can find these wisps. The first one is going to be in the comms room in the corner on the radio. The second one's going to be in the same room on the clock above the dragon in which you fed. The third one's going to be in the barracks on the clock. The fourth one is going to be on the telephone in the power room. The fifth one is going to be in Samantha's room on the globe. The sixth one is going to be in the other barracks room above double tap. The seventh one is going to be on the wheel of the car. And the 8th final one is going to be on the telephone right next to quick revive. Now, these wisps are going to appear around the map 4 times, and you must do them in quick succession. Otherwise, if you don't, you hear a buzzer sound, which means that you have failed. Now, once you have completed this, you should hear a completion step, which is this. This means that you have completed the step successfully, and you are now ready to go back in time. Now, head back to the teleport, and you'll notice there'll be some sort of purple mist at the bottom. That means you are ready to go back in time. Now, something cool I must tell you about is as you're going back on your right, you should notice a plant. Go ahead and pick that up by pressing square or X if you're playing Xbox, and head back in time. Now, you know you're back in time successfully when the screen is black and white and there is a person in a room. That is Dr. Groff. Now, there's 3 things that you're going to need to do once you're back in time. You're going to want to go over and pick up the blue canister, and across the room there's going to be fuses as well, which you need to pick up. And also, don't forget to place the plant where you originally placed it, as there's going to be a cool surprise for you once you go back in present time. Now, you're going to want to go over where Dr. Groff is, and he's going to be putting stuff in the safe and locking it with a 3-digit code. Now, you're going to have to remember this, as you need to put it into the terminals when you go back to present time. Now, you are playing solo, so you are able to pause the game and write it down. Now, once you go back to present time, you're going to be back in the rocket pad and there's going to be a Panzer Soldat spawning. Now, you're going to be careful using an upgraded bow, as this could kill nearby zombies and start a new round in which you have to start the process all over again. So before going back in time, I'd highly recommend getting a gun from the box or off the wall just to be able to kill him. Another important note I must highlight is that in order to do the next step, you must have used the death ray at least once. If you don't, then this step will not work and you may have to do the process all over again. So before going back in time, make sure that you use the death ray at least once so that you can begin the next step. So once you are back at the castle, you're going to want to go back to the death ray and put the fuses which you picked up into the death ray and go to the other side of the death ray and pull the lever so you switch from destroy to protect. Now once you've done that, you're going to head to the terminal and remember those 3 codes from the safe. You're going to want to insert them into the terminal, and you know you've done that when a completion sound comes up and you'll hear the other completion sound, meaning that you've completed this step. Now if you accidentally insert the wrong code, you will notice you'll hear the buzzer sound again, meaning that you're going to have to redo the wisp step all over again. So make sure that you don't put in the wrong codes. Now you're going to want to head back to the safe and you'll notice that the safe is now open. You have to pick up 2 Tesla coils and a key card. Now once you've done that, you're going to want to head back to the death ray and insert the Tesla coils and switch the death ray to destroy. Now you must make sure that you switch it to destroy, otherwise this next step will not work. Now once you've done this, you are now going to play Simon Says with the 2 terminals. The first terminal is going to be where you originally put the 3 codes in, and the other terminal will be in the rocket pad. Now essentially how this is going to work is that 4 codes is going to come up. Now you're going to need to remember these codes. Again, you're playing solo, so you can just pause it and write them down. Now there's going to be a symbol on the screen, and what you will need to do is you have to match that symbol with the one on the screen, and you want to do that a few times. Now once that is complete, you'll know it is when you hear a little completion sound on the terminal. Now again, you're going to need to do this on the first terminal and the other terminal down the rocket pad. Now if you accidentally put in the wrong code, you'll have to start this again. Whether you're on the first one or the second one, you'll have to restart the Simon Says process all over again. Now once you think you've completed this step, you're going to head back to the death ray and you notice there'll be a green light on the back. Now you're going to want to interact with that by pressing square or X if you're on Xbox, and you notice that the 2 Tesla coils will fire at the rocket in which Dempsey is in. Now you notice that both Dempsey and a golden rod will drop, which is right by the rocket. You're going to want to pick that up as it is essential for the next step. Now once Dempsey's body is dropped, there's going to be some awesome dialogue in the background in which you'll want to listen to.
Rift open, whoever you may be. Do not know your true intentions, but make no mistake. I will not allow you to succeed. I have activated the emergency containment field to protect the test subject's cryo chamber. Your continued defiance exercises futility that will result only in your own demise.
Moon German is trying to make life difficult.
It appears Dr. Grove may be smarter than I initially suspected. We must access the MPD device on the moon.
So what Dr. Groff has done is that he's protected Dempsey's body from the Origins group so that they don't get hold of the body. Next step, you're going to want to repeat the wisp step. Now it's just basically the same. There's going to be 4 wisps and you're going to try and find them in quick succession, otherwise you'd have to start again for the next round. Now once you have completed the 4 wisps, you're going to want to go back to the teleporter, and again there'll be purple mist, meaning that you can go back in time. Now don't forget to pick up the plant, otherwise you're missing out on a gobblegum. Now once you're back in time, you're going to head over to this book thing in which to unlock some sort of a safe in which a slab is going to be in. Now once you've interacted with the book, you're now going to want to go back to the box and pick up the slab. And you're going to wait to go back in time, and you're going to spawn back into the rocket pad, and there'll be a Panzer there, so be careful. Now once you have returned back to the castle, you're now going to go back to where the Wrath of the Ancients bow is, and there's going to be a knight. Now below that knight, you're going to want to put that golden rod that you picked up, and the screen's going to go white, and it's going to spawn an Apothicon Servant. Now you're going to want to follow that Apothicon Servant, and it's going to stop, and there's going to be a little white ring in which you need to enter and kill zombies with the upgraded bow that you have. Now I must mention that this is going to spawn an infinite number of dogs, so you're going to make sure that you have a secondary weapon to kill these dogs with, as the ammo for your bow is very, very crucial. Now it's going to take about at least a round of zombies to be able to move to the next slab, and it's going to be 4 slabs in total. And remember the slab that you picked up right by spawn. You want to go to there and interact by pressing square or X if you're on Xbox, and it'll place the slab ready for the apothecary servant to feed souls. Now, something I must mention is that you only need one upgraded bow, which is the bow that you have on you, which is different to co-op, in which we're playing with another person. You need 2. If you're playing with 3, you need 3. If you're playing with 4, you need 4. This is not the case. You only need one bow, which is the bow that you have. Now, once a servant has been fed 4 times, it is now going to change from a ghost to a real person. And now you're going to want to follow that down to the pyramid, in which you hear some awesome dialogue.
My God. Attention all stations! We have a security breach! We have a keeper manifestation within the vicinity! The MPD is under threat! Don't come any closer!
I hope this gives us a little more hope to cling to. What is this strange device?
9! Dr. Croft has damaged the MPD. Quickly, we must locate the missing talisman.
As you would have noticed while the dialogue was going on, there was no spawn of zombies. Now, once the screen turns white, the zombies are going to come back. Now, this basically means you were able to start the final step, but we're not going to go there yet. We're going to try and get the plunger. So in order to get the plunger, you must have built the Ragnarok DG4. Once it is built, you're going to head to the clock tower and shoot the bow where the red circle is. This basically means that this is to start the fire bow, but we're not doing that. You're going to want to place the Ragnarok DG4 by the clock tower, and then you want to head down and hit the lever. This is going to start the clock spinning. So the clock is going to start at 1:15, and you're going to want to get the clock to stop at 9:35. A tricky thing about this is that the clock doesn't move the way a clock would normally. It goes a lot faster, so you're going to want to time it right when pulling the lever to stop the clock. It can't be on 934 or it can't be on 936. It must be on 935. Now, once you pull the lever, you want to go out and check that it is on 935, and you think you've done it, go back down to the pyramid, and you want to jump up onto these circle things. Keep jumping on it in gravity mode, and then you're going to be taken back in time. Now, over on the table, there's going to be a plunger. Go over to it and press square or X if you're playing Xbox, and you'll pick up the plunger. Now, once that is done, you must make sure that you are set up as you're about to go into the final boss battle. Make sure that you have your perks, your gobble gum, your upgraded shotgun, a zombie shield. Make sure you have it all, because this is going to be the toughest part. Now, once you feel you are ready to go into the final boss battle, you want to grab your Ragnarok DG4s and put them down onto the panels by pressing R2 and L2, and you'll be spawned into the final boss battle. Now, in this final boss battle, there's going to be 3 waves against the Keeper, and in between these waves, there's going to be a spawn of Panzer Soldaten, at least 3 to 4. Now, to begin, the Keeper is going to spawn lava and skulls, and the lava is going to trap you, and the skulls is going to make you slow down. So make sure you are moving outside of the ring, and try and avoid the skulls by sprinting. And whilst you are avoiding these attacks, you want to keep on the lookout for an electric spark in the middle. Once you see this, you want to run over to it and place your Ragnarok DG4 in the middle, which will weaken the Keeper. Now, you know you've weakened the Keeper when there's a yellow light in his chest. You want to shoot as many bows into his chest as you can, and you know you've completed it when you hear that wisp sound. The Keeper will then disappear, and then it will start the spawn of Panzer Soldaten. Now, this is where the plunger comes in handy. You're going to want to kill one panzer, and then with the rest of the panzer, you just simply want to melee him with a plunger, and it will kill him instantly. Now, you notice in this game that I haven't got the plunger. I don't know where it went, it just sort of disappeared. But trust me, it will be an insta-kill once you kill a plunger, and it will make your life a lot easier. Now, once you have killed a panzer, it's going to spawn a max ammo in the middle of the room, so you never need to worry about running out of ammo. And once you've killed all the panzers, the second wave against the Keeper is going to start. But this time there's going to be dogs, so it's going to be that little more annoying. I'd say my best tip is to just keep using the lightning bow against the skeletons and dogs. This will kill them easier, and it'll give you a lot more room. And also it will charge up your Ragnarok at the same time. Essentially, what you're going to want to do is repeat the first wave. Wait for the electric, place the Ragnarok in it, and then shoot the bow at the Keeper's chest. So once the second wave is done, there's going to be another spawn of panzers. There's going to be 4 of them. So repeat what you've done first, kill one, and kill the rest with your plunger. Once that is done, you're nearly there. You're on the last wave. So you need to repeat the first and second wave, avoid the attacks, wait for the electric, place the Ragnarok down, shoot in his chest. Now you know you've completed it when the keeper starts spinning around, and then the screen will go white and you'll be back in the castle. Once you're back by the pyramid, you're going to now pick up the summoning key and take it to the terminal in which you've done the Simon Says. Once the summoning key is placed, it will shoot a load of rockets and there'll be dialogue playing. And you will also get the ending cutscene. Once the ending cutscene is finished, that now means you have completed the Easter egg, you have all perks, and you've completed the Frozen Freedom Challenge. Now guys, I hope this tutorial helped you out, and more importantly, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. Until the next video, see you later.
Launch protocol initiated. 30 seconds to impact. We are reading multiple rocket launches. What have you done? You are a fool, Richthofen! Even the destruction of this facility and my own death will not prevent the advancement of our cause. You have stopped nothing!
Once I thought us fools to dare change history, but now I am not so sure.
The road is long and dark, but I know where we are going. We will complete our mission.
He's still alive.
I fucking hope so.
This subject will one day wreak havoc across the entire universe. He cannot be allowed to live.
This wasn't how it was supposed to go. We were supposed to secure the package and be in and out clean. Instead, the whole thing's been one disaster after another. I should never have trusted you, Richthofen. Never!
You should trust me, Dempsey. You all should. This artifact has the power to contain and preserve the subject's soul. Your soul. But it can only be done after the moment of death, just as you saw me do to my other self. It is the only way.
Wait! If someone's gotta take him out to save the universe, then it should be me that does it. Good to see you, Tank.